My lady, we
I
should
would ask
check
one of
on
the
what...
servants if they know.
I believe it's day 4 or 5.
4, I think.
4?
I believe it's 4.
Hesitantly?
Because there was
I
the
believe-
day when you arrived, and the landsmeet of day, like the greeting party was the day 1. Then there was like the day 2 when there was the meeting of the minor lords.
And then the poisoning.
Then the poisoning happened there. Then this...
And that was yesterday.
Yeah,
So it's day
3. Unless there was a 4th day somewhere there in between.
I don't think so. Like, day 1 was just the, hey, how we going? Day 2 was the actual first thing.
Minor war. But then day 3 was the poisoning. And day 4 is today.
No, I swear the...
Yeah, it's been 3 days of the landsmeet.
So it's
Yeah, the
day
poisoning. Yeah, it's day 4.
Day 4 in staying in this town, but day 3 of the landsmeet.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's day 4 of the tournament.
Because stuff was happening the day we showed up in town.
Right, the knife throwing. And there was already kind of like the off day. But,
So does the servant know what competitions are going on?
I can ask her. Oh,
I did. I said I did.
oh. Let me see. Because there might be nothing going on. Where was the journey? There we go. Mix and mingle. That's on day 6, day 7, days 8. None of that happens. Oh, today's the hunt.
Oh, fuck yeah, I'm taking part of that.
No, day 4, we said?
Yeah, day 4.
The day after the equestrian competition.
When is the hunt? Is it at 6 or 4 or... Oh, the great hunt is later. Okay. Never mind. There is nothing, apparently.
Really a day with a tournament day with
No, it is the hunting. Okay, yeah, never mind.
I would ask if the servant.
Okay,
Do
sir,
you
it
know
is
where
the
location.
day of the hunting. Of the hunt.
You know what's being held and when? Today.
Sir. Let me. Roll up a name really quickly here. Pop culture. Westeros. Sir Brent is taking the hunting party out. And in the late afternoon.
I appreciate it.
Would it be possible for us to get a schedule of all of the events for the rest of the week so that we may know when and where to be?
Sure.
This probably would have been useful to get earlier.
Okay, so when while this servant is also here, Nora asks us if she can, if the servant can send a message to Edmure about the situation. Also, out of character, I would know. I would assume that my character knows whether the Blackfish is here or not.
Yeah, more than likely.
She also asks us if this maid can send a message to the Blackfish. Actually, uses his name, doesn't call him the Blackfish herself. To have a conversation with him.
The servant nods and runs off unless somebody's gonna ask him or her something.
What's the prize for the hunt?
There's no prize for hunts, dude. Yeah. It's literally it's literally a go out there, have a hunt, and hang out.
You want to know what the prize is?
Whatever you kill.
No. The prize is you bring back their food, and they're like, "Huh! Now we don't have to prepare shit. Thanks. Can't wait to serve this."
Also, when the servant girl runs off, Nora stands up, pulls out like a handkerchief, and just like wipes her face clean of like any like tears and such.
Now, if you
to
were
make herself presentable.
Now in the hunt, if you were a psychopath or Dick Cheney, then the real reward in game of the hunt is which knight you end up shooting with an arrow and saying, "Fuck, I thought you were a deer."
But some little time passes, but a couple of hours or so with you guys probably hanging out in the castle, honestly.
Yeah, Khan would leave when it's time to go for the hunt.
But
so would I thought.
Eventually, yeah, the Blackfish would be at this castle, and it wouldn't take forever for him to waddle over from wherever he was.
Nora would give a slight curtsy and then say, "Would you mind having a private conversation about some goings on I've noticed?"
He would nod and would wave his hand to the side, kind of like follow me.
Yeah, follow. Yeah, just once they're off somewhere private, even if it's in the same room, she goes, "So, I assume you know about what happened earlier today?"
I have heard the news.
Well...
So have the phrase.
Well, I have a suspicion. The phrase didn't poison your brother, and whoever tried to kill your brother and did kill all those Frey Bannermen I assume want to make your family and the Freys go to war.
It does seem like it. Tensions are building.
We need a way to...
We need a way to settle this, and fast. Otherwise, this is gonna be a slaughter between our families.
And I think both of us agree that that isn't the best option.
No. We
maybe of a...
do not need this land to go into war.
Well, there is one option, but I think it's drastic. We need an impartial party. We need someone that everyone would trust. Be it the Freys, or your brother, or the rest of your family.
The Freys do not trust us, and we do not trust the Freys.
Yes, but there is one
That
man
is the
who...
problem.
Yes, but there is one thing everyone would respect. And we might have a way of hitting... It's a stupid idea. But... What about Eddard? What?
The
Not Eddard,
boy?
Ned. No, Ned is who I meant. Out of character. There is Ned Stark. If he came down here and arbitrated this situation, it might cool things down.
The
Also
problem
give an excuse
is
for...
that's gonna take
Also-
a long time. Time that we do not have at this moment. To be frankly blunt.
That's true.
This needs to be settled fast as possible.
Raven to King's Landing? Be quicker, but not as quick as I assume you and the Freys would like.
Knowing Frey himself, the man will cause a fuss about this and fast.
Are there still members of the... what is the name of the house again? Is there still some... is it Blaine? Blaintree?
Plain yes.
Are there still members of House Blaintree?
Back at their home.
Well, that at least the house isn't completely gone. What we need to do is identify what are the houses that would have access to that part of the house. There's one thing that has been nagging at me. Who would have access to your brother's wine, and also be able to move around this place and kill all those members of the Blaintree family without alerting the guards? There's only one thing I can think of, and it's a horrible aspect to think of. I've read enough books about assassins that if it's a faceless man, we've got more issues than it just being people are getting murdered. That means someone's wanting this to happen and have paid a lot of gold dragons to make it happen.
Indeed.
Of course, it could just be a disgruntled servant, but I doubt
To go
that
to
now.
this much trouble? Doubt it.
If it was just poisoning your brother, then I could see it just being one disgruntled madman or mad woman. But killing the Blaintrees is tantamount to trying to incite war. The fact that we have barely any information at all, like, sure, we could find the person who sold your family the wine, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they're at fault.
Indeed. I doubt that
And
the
there is-
wine merchant...
The wine merchant most likely sold you a perfectly good barrel of wine, and then someone poisoned the wine here.
Especially since our servants are required to taste it at one point. If it was poisoned beforehand, well, we would have an extra servant corpse lying around, wouldn't we?
So it was poisoned between the servants tasting it and it getting to your brother, meaning. Here's a question: has the house got any new servants recently?
Not for a while. Sometimes we get a change of servants, but we rely on those who we rely on.
Yeah.
Sometimes
But
we get an assistant servant for certain tasks. Like if we need to carry lots of goods our servant staff cannot carry, we hire a couple of helpers.
My question is it's an intriguing one. Because I don't understand why who would have to gain from the Freys and the Tullys going to war with each other at this time.
Frankly, I do not know. Business like this
I would suggest maybe sending a raven to at least send a raven to Winterfell and King's Landing to inform parties that need to know.
Yes, we're on that. Maester of Women was given the order.
I sent a coded message to my father as well. I may be his first daughter, but my younger brother and he are the ones who have the true power in my family. If we go to war, it'll be them who have to make the decisions, not me.
Indeed. But for now...
For now, since I am the only member of the family in River Run who knows what's happening, I guess I have to lead to a certain extent.
Yes, it seems that currently, out of everybody here, you're the most neutral group.
The Freys wouldn't believe that, even if that were true. But I have no interest in seeing a war. I had to live through that terrible rebellion. I don't want to see another war this soon, and I don't think the king would want one either. Well, I'll follow your lead. If you want to give me any information to pass on to other people, I will. So that way your hands and your family's hands stay clean.
Currently, I have no more information than you. But if I can assist you, just ask me, trust me. I do not want war any more than you.
You have it wrong. I'm at your family's disposal.
Well, I just want this to be solved.
I think everyone does. It's just a matter of if the
Because who knows
Lord-
when's the next time when the clock is gonna strike and the next victim will be found in this castle, lying there in their bed.
I have an idea. It may make a few people very angry, but you could lock the castle. If you lock the castle down and there's another murder within it, you know someone's either skilled enough to get through your defenses, or you know they're still inside.
That might be the only course of action currently. We'll lock down the city. But
That may aggravate Lord Frey if he is
that will
inside.
require some convincing, but I don't think Frey is a foolish man enough to cause any fuss over it.
You give him too much credit.
The man might be slightly senile, but he is highly intelligent. Which is actually funny because he has a lot of int score. It literally says that he's a little senile, but then he has like just complete like knowledge and
You, Frey?
yeah, Frey.
Yeah. His whole strategy is to make a bunch of kids and marry them off. It's not the worst idea.
He's alliance swappy. He's like, I'll serve whoever benefits me the most, otherwise known as the Grand Maester Pycelle approach to things.
But I should return to my business.
Yes. I don't want to hold you any longer than I must. And then they part ways.
They never see each other again. That man died 45 seconds later. Fell down some stairs. Died of a minor abrasion. Infection. Ladies and gentlemen,
Let's see, does he resist against Black Death?
No.
Alright, well, now the question is, you still have quite a lot of day to spend.
Well, I guess when she returns to the table, I'm going to ask, what was all that with the blackfish about?
Plans, and at the moment, I'm in a very unique position, being the member of the family here who has the most sway, and I'm positioning myself to have a windfall in this situation. I myself may end up being an arbitrator of avoiding a war. Also, don't tell anyone this, and this is in hushed tones. And wait, 1 second. Who am I talking to?
Dagon.
Dagon. Okay. Is Arthur here too?
Yeah, I was just sitting there.
Okay, so she says this deliberately. The king and Lord Stark may be heading Lord Stark may be heading south, and the king may be heading north. If you understand my meaning.
I believe I understand you, my lady, but I'm curious as to why a northerner would come south.
Well, we need arbitrators to avoid a war.
Wine, women,
Lord
food.
Stark is trusted by a large number of people as a honest and noble man, and also and also Lady Stark has a vested interest in seeing her father. As for the king, he wants his realm. I assume he wants his realm to be peaceful. So, him coming north to make sure there isn't a war is a smart move too.
Yes,
Bringing his hand.
King makes sense. I was just curious about Lord Stark.
I'm as of now, I'm just making suggestions to the parties who are in control and offering my services to them.
Lord Stark is known to be incredibly honorable, although there may, despite his reputation, be misgivings as to where his loyalties lie, considering his wife.
Yes, that's true. But then there's me. If I can now distance myself from Edmure enough, I might be able to put myself in a position where I am the arbitrator of avoiding a war. If that happens, my family and all of you become a lot more important in the grand scheme of things here.
I'll have you know,
I'm
I
not
am the
sure how I
second-born son.
I don't know how I
Firstborn
could get
son
any
of
more
the
important.
second-born son of House Carstark. I am most definitely important.
I don't know how I can get even more important. I just brought the Lord here back from the brink of death.
Hey there, friends. How's it going?
As I said, I'm making moves for the house to get it to
Oops.
move up in the world. More than
You were
just
looking for a suitable match, weren't you?
Opened up to accidentally call me Kevin's YouTube channel for a second. So the stream is just gonna have this 1 second of hello, friends.
Anyway, she goes, your point?
You know, I have a fairly decent bargaining chip, considering the service I did for the family.
You want to marry a Carstark?
I was tempted to, at the behest of Lord Tully, ask him if he'd join our houses.
That is one move, but I'm not wanting to just put that out in the open immediately. I want that to be
It's
done
something.
later.
It would be something if you wanted. If not, I
I'm
can
wanting to position
please.
myself in I want to put myself in a position where one of 3 men want my hand. Edmure is one of those men, but he is not the only one I seek the affections of.
Oh, the nature of politics, how it has lost on me. So many affections.
If you wish to know, I can name them.
I'm sure you could.
Renly and Garland. Storm's End and Highgarden.
As you mentioned, like, Renly, I'm just like... Really?
I've heard
Remember,
a scant bit of rumors about that one.
still, he is a lord who needs a wife.
I could put a good word with my cousin, Lord Carstark. Well, technically not Lord Carstark.
No offense to your family, but I don't want to be in the north.
How about House Stark? I'm good friends with a few of them.
They don't have a member that is even close to my age. The oldest is 12.
You know, when has that ever mattered? I've seen
Secondly, it would give you more command.
I've seen boys of 13 married off to girls of 12.
That is a fair point, but still, I have a feeling that the king and Ned Stark have plans,
I'd imagine so.
so I would rather not interfere with that. Aim for a target that you can possibly hit instead of something that may be beyond your reach.
There's also always Theon.
Just you say Theon, and I'm like, I'm not dating. She says, I'm not wedding a Ironborn.
Greyjoy.
I am not wedding an Ironborn. Period.
That's what my father said
He's
about my
the
mother.
he's the Theon's the ward of Lord Eddard, isn't he?
Yes.
He's also heir
Last
to the
last true son of Balon.
Yes.
You're right.
I was always wondering how he was getting on.
You're right. We should get rid of him, and then I should marry off. Yes.
What?
Nothing. Nothing. Not my school court. Nothing. 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 No. Nothing. Nothing.
Conspiring on us, are you?
Was that what I think it was, my dear friend?
I have no plans to marry off. Try and marry Asha, and
And I'm just sitting here drinking, waiting until the hunt.
My lady, I do have these. And he pulls out two books. Yes, this one is from a wine merchant I totally did not interrogate under false pretenses, and this is a every servant. And he pulls out two books. This one has every servant that came in and out of the wine cellar.
So, about your wine cellar list, it's useless.
Damn.
It is less than useless, pretty much.
So she then explains, okay, so this is what happened. This is the series of events that happened. The wine was taken out of the barrel. The wine was tested to make sure it wasn't poisoned.
The whole barrel was poisoned.
And you haven't told anyone about this, and she stands up and runs off. She runs off and
You want to know what barrel it is first.
So she just grabs one of the servants and says, "Has one of the barrels in the wine cellar is?"
I was like, shut up about that. I was sneaking around. No one. How would I know that? It was...
I'm just like, Eamon is just sitting there holding like a cup of wine he's yet to take a sip from, and he just pours it out on the fucking ground.
He's like,
I've been drinking a lot of wine, and so has Nora.
I look at Karn as he's got like 4 empty fucking like goblets of wine, and I just look
And
at
I'm just staring dead at Arthur. Like, you didn't say this before?
I stare directly at Karn, and I'm just like, there's like a bit of silence before
Arthur's like, should I tell people that?
You know, if I was a complete dick DM...
I look at Karn. I just look at Karn, and then I look at like the portrait of like, I look at the portrait that they probably have a fucking Pastor Tully. Then I look right back at him, and I'm just like, okay, if you've been poisoned with the same poison, which was Tears of Lease, you better be able to make pussy rain from the sky.
My character's staring dead at Karstark. I've been drinking a shit ton of wine in front of you. You didn't tell me one of them that they're like possibly poisoned.
Okay, so one. Next time you find out about this information, you tell me immediately.
You told me you didn't want to know about what I was doing 2 days ago, the day before.
I didn't want to know, so I wasn't held responsible. It doesn't mean I don't want to know what you found out.
Eamon stands up from his seat and just starts walking towards the the exit out of the main chambers.
Should we go to
If,
the wine
if
cellar?
if a guard stops him to kind of ask him like, "Hey, where you going?" I'm like, checking on my patient.
Yeah, no, they wouldn't stop you. Especially,
They know exactly what the fuck I did.
yeah, they would let
So-
you through, especially if women is there, Mr. Women. He would take a look at you and just like, yeah, let him through.
So Nora, now utterly annoyed, goes, I'm going to deal with you later. When I'm not
You're
mad.
talking about annoyed? I
I'm
just had
Yes.
4 fucking bottles of
I
this.
will also be right back for like the quickest moment. I need to grab a snack.
Arthas
I also drank some of that wine, remember? So, if I die in the next 24 hours, I'm holding you responsible. Now
I will
must
also.
go. I must go talk to the maester and tell him what information that I have found out. And then she turns and walks off.
I follow.
Yeah, I'm on those heels.
Arthur also follows us. People say you don't want to know information. You do want to know information.
But
Yeah.
you let them drink wine that's possibly poisoned in front of you.
This is what you do. You do not tell me how you got the information. You just tell me the information.
Do you want to know what barrel it is?
Yes, I do. I really do. So I can tell the maester, so I can get my name in the good books and keep it there, and then possibly become the Lady of Riverrun.
And hopefully not be dead in 24 hours.
Yeah, probably. It was the. Yeah. Well,
Die. This is all your fault.
well, I'm not I'm not. Well, technically, I'm sworn to your house, but.
Exactly.
But your father did trick my father when he was very drunk to do this. So, not exactly.
So, I'll be right back. I'm actually gonna.
Everyone's
I need
leaving.
some of the drink. I'm grabbing a beer.
I sadly cannot have alcohol because I had a tooth removed recently, and there's reasons.
Straight edge.
I only
Excuses.
drink on occasion, which is sometimes when I'm playing D&D.
No,
and it
and no,
counts,
I'm
right?
not a fully straight edge. I just don't drink alcohol or take drugs. So
I do not smoke. The only drugs I take are the ones that are prescribed to me by a doctor, or the occasional pain medication for like a severe headache.
yeah, I can take like
Yeah, that's- I don't smoke,
ibuprofen
I
or
only
such
take
like that if
prescribed
I
or-
need it.
Excedrin.
Yeah.
But I drink
take
every once
the
in a while.
very-
All right.
I take
So-
the basic.
Or like
I
aspirin
drink
if
every now
I
and
have a
then.
headache.
I smoke cigarettes. I have done harsher shit in the past.
Life choices. We can all make them, and
I have
there's-
returned.
So
So
Yeah, we're
yeah,
all going to
you
Maester
you find
Wyman.
Maester Women probably near the bedside of the holster Tully.
So, I assume I know which barrel it is now because I've been told. That's more directed at than-
Arthur did tell you which barrel it was.
Nope.
Okay, just wanted. Sure.
He only said, "Do you want me to tell?" I never told it.
Yeah, I'm like. So I assume between leaving the hall and
Yeah,
getting
just
to-
about you see Maester Women, it pops into your mind. Wait a second, that son of a bitch didn't tell me which barrel it was.
So anyway, she goes, Maester, I have some information that is very important to you.
Oh,
I know which barrel has been poisoned, and it is the entire barrel. You should also assume that people may die of poisoning if it's kept in circulation.
Well, here's the thing. After the Lord was poisoned, we got rid of most of our stock.
Do we want to double check just to make sure?
You're free to check out the wine cellar. Here's the key.
That is Tears of Lease.
Thank you.
Very deadly, very dangerous.
With the key, you should be. The guard will let you in. He will know.
Yes, thank you.
I'm busy taking care of Tully. Otherwise, I would come with.
How fares the Lord?
He has an occasional fever, but he's starting to feel better. Well, starting to look better.
That is to be expected, considering the nature of Tears of Lease. I did what I could. He should be fine once he fully recovers.
Well, at this point, honestly, he should be dead. But don't know what you did, but
It's a unique trick. It will. I've helped him with his Tears of Lease.
well,
The fact that he is an old man, that's notwithstanding. But from every rumor and every story I've heard of Lord Hoster Tully, if death comes for him, I'm surprised it has the patience. But I'm nothing if not a miracle worker.
I'm back.
So let's go check that wine. See if the wine's still there.
yeah, you go into the wine cellar, and true to his word, most of the wine cellar has been cleared of. Well, not only the wine cellar, but most of the food stock that was in the kitchen and the storage area is just gone. Because at this point, they weren't sure what poisoned him, so they took a wild guess and were like, let's get rid of all of it.
Fuck it. Okay, so which barrel is it? And she's looking at Arthur when she says that.
Is the barrel still even here?
It wouldn't be. Just
Okay, just wanting to that's what I'm what's the term? I'm
Reaffirming
making sure.
what was.
either it was thrown away or all of it was drank. You're not quite sure which one. But
as the memory of it being mentioned to me that one of the wine barrels is poisoned, then I step inside and just see endless wine barrels. I'm like, as Aerys Targaryen once said, burn them all!
Don't mind the actual barrels on the map, they're gone.
Yeah.
Mm.
There's probably a small amount.
That would legitimately be the sentence I would say if they were all still there. Is I just look at Arthur and just look at the fucking barrels and say, burn them all.
Yeah, that's what. What they did, they just threw it into the crowd, pretty much.
I'm
They
going
threw
to
it into the what now?
Onto the ground, just spilled it all.
If they were idiots and otherwise known as common guards of the Middle Ages, they would have done something stupid like poured it in the river and realized.
Some idiots just. Well, some of them just drank it without knowing what was going on. Because, yeah.
No, the Lord told us we could fucking take all the wine we could take.
Yeah, exactly. So some asshole walks up to you and is like, get rid of this. Okay. Look. Anyways, go ahead.
I'm going to investigate the area. I want to see. I'm a spread out and look for clues.
Already did that.
Yeah, but I'm better.
No, you're not.
They would at least inform. I would hope she would at least inform if there's something poisoned.
Yeah, so she says to the group of us, okay, spread out and look for clues. I don't care if you've already looked, I'm making sure.
Wait, isn't this the wine barrel that was supposedly...
Yeah, that was, but it's not there.
Yeah. I assumed that almost all of these wine barrels.
Yeah,
are
it's
not
there
actually
like
here.
there's only like on the map there might be like 5% of the stuff left, and that's like the stuff that they had in the backup like emergency shelter. Well, storage.
So yeah, searching for clues. That would be awareness.
Awareness is a
Velma.
pretty good one.
Jinkies, Velma, I don't see shit.
Un momento.
19.
19. I don't
Not real
remember
raggy.
exactly what
23.
good old Arthur rolled with Squire when he was adventuring back here. When he was working.
Yeah, but there's also the situation of something might have been hidden under a barrel or under one of the barrel racks that he didn't notice. And now that the barrels are gone, it might be easier to spot.
True. Especially when you roll a 23.
Yeah, hi.
A 19 and a 23.
Yeah, my character's really good at survival, archery, and seeing shit.
Yeah, my character is also good. I just rolled a single one, which...
I rolled 2 6s.
Yeah,
There's not.
we are both equally as good. It's just...
You rolled so good. There wasn't supposed to be any clues in this room, but tell you what, since you rolled a
There's a
23,
clue now.
I'm gonna consider, Chris, I believe it was in one of the systems that you could spend a fate point or something like that to get a clue. Which game was that?
This one you can
This
can
one.
either
Oh, this
spend
one.
or burn. You can spend or burn a destiny point to move the plot in your favor to a certain
I'm
amount.
gonna consider that. Since you rolled so good, none of you need to spend a destiny point unless you want to. I mean, you're gonna get it back.
No. Oh.
But since you rolled good, I'm
You're
gonna
welcome.
consider this as finding something. You go in detail, and you find like a small little note, like a crumpled up paper.
Okay, well, I uncrumple it and read it real quick.
You
Before
take a look
telling
at
anyone?
it, and to you, it looks nothing but letters and words just stringed together. It doesn't make any sense to you.
Do you mind if I have a look at that, brother? Well, not brother. Yeah, brother.
Technically, yeah, but no at the same time. Yeah, here. I hand it to you.
So this would be deciphering something. So that would be cunning logic.
Yes.
22.
You take a look at it, and it's a really simple code in the end. It says red barrel, bottom of the basement. The sign of Tully. Pretty much marking the exact barrel that was, well, used by the king. Oddly enough.
So it's just telling us which barrel was poisoned.
Yeah.
Okay, so she's gonna go, huh, I'll be right back, and then just heads off towards the, maester and goes, I found something. If the others follow me, they can. If not...
Yeah, I follow. I mean, I'm the one who found it, so...
Oh,
You're
I
sword,
also-
I'm not
I
going
also
anywhere.
follow.
What did you find there?
I found this note. I've decoded it, and it does confirm which barrel we thought it was. As the issue is that eliminates a large portion of people who it could be. It means it's not one of the servants, because I haven't heard of a servant who can write and encode messages or decode them. Meaning we've got a professional here, someone who kills people for a living.
I know
And
the barrels. I know the barrels were removed, but do you know where that specific barrel is?
Oh, sure, all of the spare barrels are outside. We spilled it into the courtyard. Well, some of we burned, and I know for a fact that some of what went missing. Quite in questionable circumstances.
Hope none of the guards drank from that barrel.
But we do have that barrel, I believe, in there. But yes, this code seems quite simple and quite specific. Who would know that the king would drink from this barrel and this barrel alone?
Actually, I'm going to ask a question. I asked him, have you sent any letters out to, have you sent any letters to King's Landing about this situation?
Oh yes, I've been writing one. We're about to actually go in a little bit to send a message.
I just wanted to eliminate one of the possibilities that I had that I didn't want to be true.
The spider?
No. One person who would know exactly which barrel the Lord would drink from would be his brother. And if his brother wasn't sending information or wasn't making sure information was passed along, that would put him in a questionable light. But my trust in him is well placed.
Yes. Trustworthy.
Anyway, I'm going to go inspect that barrel myself. And, like, the rest of you have gotten to this point where when she says that, she means, I'm taking my friends and we're going to go check this thing out.
Khan was following you no matter what, so...
Yeah, I'm your sworn sword. I'm not going.
Yeah, Arthur is also your sworn sword, so he has to follow you.
Yeah, so
I am the most expendable of this group, so...
No, I will say that this handwriting does seem familiar, but I can't quite place it.
Could I try and see if I recognize it?
Sure?
Would this be... I believe this would be cunning memory?
Yeah, more than likely.
Let's see... Wow, 23. And I didn't
well,
even get a 6.
considering that you haven't seen this particular handwriting before, so it's kind of hard to place. But even to you, like, you've been reading some letters that been arriving to your family occasionally. You go like, you're right.
Before my brother was born, I was the first in line to inherit the house, so I would assume I read some of the mail and such.
Yeah, you're like, hold on. Yeah, you're right. This does seem familiar, but even you can't, like, right now, place it.
If I had something to... Wait. And then she goes, that could work. Maester, send a... could you, do you have a list of, not a list, a stockpile of letters that have been sent to the house?
Oh, well, yeah, we keep some of them in storage.
Do you mind if I read over them? I want to check them between the handwriting.
Of course, we still have our old letters from the last Maester of the house.
Do you mind gathering them while I go check that barrel? I'll be right back.
Oh, of course.
Yeah,
I'll
just
be
and then I.
a little busy, but I'll try to get it done. As he tells like some of the servants, get me the papers.
Meanwhile, at the Red Barrel.
Yeah, you all rush outside and find the barrel. And,
What would it be to?
And oddly enough, this is also a good time that you went here because there's something that's happening around this time at the day in the courtyard. Since it's about middle of the day now, it's been quite a few hours. You see, as you're like outside inspecting the battles, you easily find the red barrel, and you see that. So some of the alcohol is still like on the ground, and so some of the other barrels are empty too, and the red barrel is empty, by the way. But as you're inspecting it, in the corner you hear some kind of an argument going on.
Should we make an awareness to determine its exact source, or?
Up to you. Are you gonna react in any kind of way?
What was that?
I'd like to hear the details of this argument, so yeah.
Yeah, go ahead and roll me awareness or just take a look around. Well, with your what's your passive actually?
20.
12.
12 would be more than enough, but out of the corner of your ear, you hear like particular words like, "You son of a bitch! You were the one who did it!"
I'm going to look in that direction and start walking towards it.
Yonata's gonna run towards it.
Are there any guards near me?
Not right now.
Okay then. I will trust in my sworn swords to protect me then. So yeah, we all head towards the argument.
Okay. You all... Well, let me put in on the courtyard. It's slightly to the side, that's why there's not exactly any guards, but it's the map that we're using for the courtyard. You go into this like small little like secluded area that's slightly to the corner, but there's like this little opening with a couple of pillars. And in the middle of the pillars, you see two knights of different houses yelling at each other from the top of their lungs.
I'm gonna try to identify the houses.
Yeah, me too.
My bad, I'd need to roll.
So...
Khan will not, because, well, it's impossible.
The short and sweet of it, without checking the houses, you immediately take a look at one of the sigils, and okay, yeah, that's a sigil of one of the houses loyal to Frey, and look at that, the other one is loyal to Tully's. And they look like they're, with those awareness tests, I'm using them as kind of a passive, they look like they're about to throw fists.
Okay, so as the
But he's
a-
like,
as
you were the one who did it, weren't you, son of a fucking bitch?
so as he says that, I go, oh, gentlemen, this is
Arthur
not-
just steps in between them and goes,
come. Let me finish.
if my lady, this is not something you should do.
Yes, shut up. I want to actually roleplay without being interrupted.
Arthur is role-playing, he's interrupting you.
Yeah, and then she'll say, "Hey, let me talk. Now, you two. This is neither the time nor the place. I myself am close to finding out who's responsible for this, and you two fighting like a bunch of children will not help this. Both of you, calm down."
I like what the Frey one is. This one in particular is like quite bolsterous and impatient. He just goes like, "What's the point? This guy is obviously killed it."
I'm trying to convince.
And
them
what
to
evidence
calm
do you
down.
have?
Are you kidding me? This guy has a collection of different poisons and daggers and such. I know it was him.
Do you have any proof of that, or are you just saying that? And
I'll
why
just
would-
take a look at his room. I know him.
And why would he poison his sworn liege?
And servant, the knight loyal to Tullis is like, that's what I've been telling that one. But
And why would he? Now, I want you both to calm down. And go relax. Because as I and the Maester are close to figuring this out. Once we do, we will inform everyone who needs to know, and this can all be sorted out. There is no need for fighting.
this, I won't do the intrigue initiative, but this would be intrigue, so let's see. We haven't actually managed to use the intrigue situation table in a little while.
So I'm trying to convince both
It
of
would
them
be,
that
yes, convince. This guy would be quite impatient, so... And he's a little bolsterous, like I said, so let's see. What would be his disposition on you?
I am trying to be calming and such, so it'd either be the first level or the first negative level or nothing.
He would be unfriendly, maybe.
I could say unfriendly.
Yeah, he would definitely be unfriendly. So that's DR6, Deception modifier +2, and Persuasion modifier -4.
Okay.
The Knight loyal to the Tullis, he would be... not friendly,
Roll.
amiable? What was amiable?
That's the first level.
Okay, he doesn't quite... Yeah, he would be indifferent, the one loyal to the Tullis.
So that's the one that's unfriendly to me. That's his one, which is 16.
16.
And then
With
the other one.
Persuasion -40 included, right?
That's not with the minus or anything, because you do them
Ah, yes.
and that's slash 1d slash 1d6, making that a 23 on the other guy, the one who's
Indifferent. The
yeah, indifferent.
Tully Knight.
Yeah.
So 16, disposition minus
So 12.
12, and let's see, is it just a normal knight? He might be just a normal knight, so let's see. It's against their you beat it. So he's well, whatever, I'm just telling you, when the next one dies, I'm coming after him. I know it's him.
I'm trying. And she says, like, I'm trying to avoid having to bring the guards into this on both of you. Let's just calm down, and soon this will all be figured out.
He's like sighing, but he's like, oh, fine, and just like walks off, like almost like defeated. And the Tully Knight is like, oh, thank God, you have no idea.
Words can be as, my friend, words can be as powerful as a sword if used correctly.
Well, that situation almost turned into blows. Thank God that he didn't have a weapon.
Which is what I'm trying to avoid. Anyway, I must continue investigating this to solve this quicker now. So she heads back to the barrel to investigate it, trusting that the two knights would never go against their word.
Yeah, no, the other one is just like, you can still see him out of the corner of your eye, and he's doing like the typical cartoon villain thing when they have been defeated and just walking off and puffing and huffing. Well, not as quite as cartoony, but just completely being like,
yeah, like grumbling and such.
Yeah.
Agreeing that, yeah, he's probably like agreeing that, yeah, getting into a fight probably isn't the best idea, but I still don't trust the guy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that was her goal. Her goal was to stop a fight happening.
Yeah, guess what? If you wouldn't been here at that particular time, that would have caused some issues.
So once, like, she starts heading off, and if the others follow, she goes, Arthur, you have to learn that putting yourself in the middle of two very angry men is not going to fix things. If anything, it could have made it worse.
I'm perfectly capable, my lady, of fighting off two angry men.
That's not what I'm worried about. What I'm worried about is starting a war. Two men get into a fight, someone pulls out a knife and then kills the other. Something as stupid as that can start a war.
Sounds pretty dumb. You Southerners are quite petulant. These things.
It's not a thing solely... It's not a thing that is solely unique to Southerners. Anyway, checking the barrel. Checking the barrel for extra clues.
Yes, you look at the barrel. It's red. It's lined with like a velvet silk. And it has the sigil of the House Tully.
We could try... Actually, yeah, she goes, Arthur, Khan, one of you, can you try and open this up?
Oh, it is opened. The lid has been removed and all of its content has been spilled.
Is there any, like... Is there anything inside it at all?
You take a look inside and... I mean, there might be a few drops. Let me see if there might be a drop or two.
I'm not really looking for wine. I'm seeing if there's anything else, like a
Nah,
vial.
it's at this point it's an empty barrel.
Okay.
Hmm.
I mean,
Wonder-
you do see a little bit of like a small drop of wine inside of it, but you're like, eh.
Hmm. If we knew what. Well, Arthur pulls out the. I do have the copy of the wine merchant's ledger. If that would be any help.
Yes, but looking at the note that we found, and I doubt it was the wine merchant, but actually, give me the ledger for a second. I'd like to look at the wine merchant's notes. Do they look similar to the note we found?
No, not at
Okay.
all.
Yeah, so I hand
Like
the ledger back over.
one merchant he's writing is like rougher. He's a traveled person, so it's a little sloppy. While the handwriting in the note, that seems a little bit more smooth. Like it's trained,
Yeah.
honed.
So she goes, well, it's not that one.
I mean, we could check where this barrel came from the wine merchant.
Yes, but here's the thing. It doesn't matter where the barrel came from, because where it come from is irrelevant. The person who poisoned it wasn't the one who made the wine or
Bought it.
or bought it. It's someone who had access to the wine cellar, who had gotten instructions by the person who gave them the note.
So I'm
Finding the person who actually poisoned the wine will be useful, but the person who put them up to it is equally at fault.
So I threatened defeated wine merchant to a dire wolf for no reason.
You did what?
Yeah,
I'm sorry, I didn't quite hear you.
Well, how do you think I got the ledger and him to comply? What, was that a bad thing?
I have no words now.
You call yourself a knight, and yet you threaten the common folk.
I do call myself a knight, and I do threaten the common folk. But it was an investigation, which is ongoing.
Which you
At
didn't
this
have
point, I'm
right
going to
to
roll
do.
status on this, on my fellow player here to find out who the fuck knighted him in the first place.
Turns out he's just a self-proclaimed knight. He's not a knight at all.
An 11.
Well, his father, well, it was actually for a good reason. It was he was at the siege of Pike, and he was the second to the wall. So it's not for stupid reasons.
I mean, I could say that was a complete lie, by the way, guys. Because he didn't feed him to the wolf. He was about to, but never went through with it. So technically that was a lie, so anybody with what is it called?
Oh, he said he threatened to feed him to the wolf, and I said he fed him to the
Ah, yeah, there we go. See guys, it's slightly better.
No, it's not.
Not in the slightest.
Yeah, it's still awful.
Ron's gonna walk away a little bit.
That's
I'm gonna go see the maester.
Yeah, this is a situation when you take a look at that guy and just go like, okay, this guy is crazy. But yeah, you go to the maester.
Knight or no, if I hear of anything like this again, you'll be losing lands and titles, if not more.
Don't have them.
Khan will go look for the guy hosting the hunt now.
Yeah, I'll just go with Khan.
Okay, let's take this one bit at a time. So the closest one would be the maester at this situation. So let's focus on that for now. But maester has just sent the messages, and there's already a small pile of like papers. Of the ledgers of the castles and such.
Okay, so I'm just gonna go through them and see if I find someone who matches. So, do we want to just make that a roll or something?
That might be a roll. Trying to figure out which one looks the closest.
So that would be cunning logic then, right?
Yeah.
That makes sense. Okay.
Okay,
Wow.
we're gonna take this step by step, since there's some papers on the on the table, but there's not a lot of them. You go through the writing, and you're like comparing them to the notes, and one thing that strikes you first of all as a dead giveaway. This guy, whoever wrote this note, is a trained writer, and you compare the notes, and it strikes you that whoever wrote this must be a maester.
So I've got like, she has the ... moment. She takes the note, and then she pulls out like the message she got from like the family god of like, hey, show this, like the letter and such, telling us to come to the land meet, and then just puts them side by side.
Yeah, you compare the writing of these notes to the writings of, well, Maester Women would have written this. It's close, it's very similar, but not quite.
So she goes, huh.
They look awfully like close to each other.
So she goes, oh, that could... No, it wouldn't. She folds up the letter, the notes and such, and then she grabs like a piece of paper and such, and then she goes, Maester, do you know where Edmure is?
Oh, Edmure is, I believe at his father's side still.
I need him. Can you ask him to write me a note for a second?
Oh, of course. What do you want it to say? Anything? Doesn't matter.
Whatever. Doesn't really matter.
Alright, that's a strange request, but considering the circumstances. And it takes like a little while, and eventually it comes back, and Edmure has written like something. It doesn't matter what, really.
Yeah, what he has written doesn't matter. What it looks like does.
And yeah, you take a look at it, and I'm just gonna use the same roll because you rolled pretty good, honestly. I don't need you to roll twice at this situation, since it's basically the same thing, and Again, there's a similarity, but not quite.
Maester,
Yes.
so I've narrowed it down. I know I have a very sneaking suspicion that it's whoever wrote this note is someone, either the person who taught you how to write or someone you've taught how to write.
Oh, the one that taught me to write, well, that is unfortunately impossibility, as that one has been dead for a little while.
I assumed so, but I didn't want to eliminate it. So that means it's
That
someone
could be
you've...
a...
Who are the people you've taught to write?
Oh, plenty of people at this castle. All of the younglings, everybody since I took over, honestly.
So I need to... This is serious. The person who wrote this note was trained by you to write. It wasn't Edmure, it wasn't you. We need to gather all those people together.
Oh,
Well, not gather them together. We need them to all write a note. Without, we need to narrow. Then the moment I have that, I can check them between in their new note that they've written and this original. Then I can. I am almost certain I can tell you who did it.
well, that will take a while, but I think we can at least convince everybody to write a note. Might be impossible to gather everybody at the same time, but if we can get a note from everybody.
It doesn't need to be the same at the same time. It just needs to be done quickly.
But yes, I will send the word out.
I'll wait here. Do we want to take this moment to do the hunt?
Yes, because this would take quite a while till, like,
Probably
one
the
by
rest of
one,
the
like,
day,
they bring,
tomorrow.
like, some pretense of, like, oh, write later about whatever.
Yeah. Hey, I need you to write.
Something
Maybe
about the
even, like,
landsmead, baby, yeah, like,
something
under
about
the
the
pretenses.
landsmead. Hey, do you have any letters you want to write and have sent off? We're going to be sending a bunch of ravens today. Like, do that kind of stuff.
But yes, we move forward in time a little bit as Karn finds the Sir... What the hell did I name him? Brandt. Sir Brandt. As he's gathering up the hunting party. And it's like...
Marcus,
Yes?
would you mind opening up another voice channel in this server?
Sure. There you go.
Thank you. Nora, how do you feel about popping into that for some roleplay while they're doing that?
Oh, sure, yeah.
But he's like, come on, come on. The great hunt is about to begin.
Yay.
Hello, good sir. I'd like to take a part of this.
I realize.
Feel free to join in.
I'm going to be joining in.
I will as well. Silence.
Hold on, I just need to find the thingamabob. There we go. The Wild Hunt. Alrighty then, we have gathered up everybody. Today, for the Great Hunt, we're gonna go into the local forest, as we have spotted lately some game in there.
Okay.
As the greatest hunter will receive a small prize. To legalize their name.
Okay, what are the rules for the hunt?
Whoever brings the largest game will win. Quite simple.
Arthur turns Khan, you wanna walk on team? Or not?
We can, but again, it's whoever brings in the biggest.
Yeah, you can definitely
Sounds like only
team
one
up out of character.
Adventure?
In fact, you are like supposedly supposed to do it.
Oh, okay. Well then, yeah.
Okay.
But the hunting party heads towards the nearest forest, which pronounced confidence. And
I'll be back.
high spirits.
Alright, so what's going on?
The Great Hunt is
just
going.
starting.
Did you want to go with
Huh? The hunt?
the hunt?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, sure. I'll go walk with Karin. I can't hunt, but I'll go with him. I'll be emotional support.
As long as you're not gonna scare
And
off
the
people.
Great Hunting Party gets like split off into teams of like either 1 to 4.
I guess with 3.
I asked Karin a question, since
Yes.
we're going on a hunt. What's the worst possible location to hunt in this area?
Shoot, I don't remember. What would be?
He is an experienced tracker DM.
I'm not quite familiar with the area myself, so I'm just gonna guess and say like near the Iron Man's Bay. There's probably nothing up there.
There.
Is that in any way, shape, or form close to the hunting ground?
No. This is literally like they spotted some good game in this forest, so they came here, and the competition is
Okay.
pretty much that
Where in the forest did they spot the good game?
they didn't give you that. That's the whole point of the Great Hunt. Whoever brings the biggest prize.
We need a
Yeah.
check. Or something.
Okay. So you see, what I was trying to do I was trying to ask Karn if he had any idea where the good hunting spots were.
Yeah, well,
And
what
then
they did with this
and
was
then immediately what I was gonna do is I was gonna walk up to another team of hunters and say, "Hey, man, we're just looking for some really good competition. If you want to know where a good spot is, go here," and some bumfuck nowhere. That was the goal, but unfortunately, nobody fucking knew.
But yeah, that's what they pretty much did. They were like, alright, here's the hunting grounds. Whoever brings us the biggest catch or like the better the catch is, that one will win.
Okay, well, I'm gonna try to track a creature. I believe Arthur's actually better at tracking than I am.
Yes,
Dog.
but
Well, technically, Squire is better at tracking.
so
Oh,
yes, the thing is currently, let me find. Do would I have forest? I mean, I do have a lot of forest maps, but might as one bring one for mood.
Hmm.
So you guys travel into the forest and you go little bit deeper, and since you're all split off from the other hunting teams, you kind of look around and it's like, alright, you hear the hunting bell signaling that the hunt is on.
So wall hunting.
Actually, no.
well, we have to find the thing first.
Indeed.
So just roll tracking if you have
Actually,
it, or
what does
survival.
hunt do exactly? Does it say that it will give you the...
Let me pull it back up.
That is a good question.
Because if hunt will work for situation unlike track...
God damn, I fucking hate that I have to do this. It hurts my wrist. Give me a second, I'll look it up for you.
Yeah, I'm looking it up
My
myself
mouse
too.
is like really fucking broken. It's to the point now where like, if I try to click my mouse, it will just double click everything. And it's not even my scroll wheel works like very well, so I have to sit here and push my scroll wheel in real hard, like to fucking get it to scroll down.
Oof.
Fucking hate it.
Hunt
Let's
basic
see.
test. You can also test survival to go hunting for animals. You can only test this ability in areas that contain some wildlife. Difficulty depends on how much long you spend hunting, as well as terrain and season.
So,
a successful test provides you food. So this is not exactly like if you're trying to find some
well, it is.
like big prey in this situation. It's just like in general you find some easy prey.
Well, yeah, no, it's
So in this case, if you were to roll it, you would find like a rabbit.
well, no, you'd find game, man. The you essentially go hunting for animals, and it's just it's whatever game the GM kind of sees fit to give you. The difficulty lies in, okay, so as an example, it's an easy 3 to essentially find and kill something,
A week.
but you spend a week. This is a test, like I said, this is a competition, so we would have to use the heroic difficulty 1 hour, because it's really fucking hard to find and track an animal in an hour on fucking nothing.
So
Other than just, we spotted like deer in the woods.
so they tell
Find
you
them.
what, we're gonna do this the classic way, and I'm gonna ask for everybody a awareness test. Because that heroic difficulty, none of you is, I don't think, is gonna make that.
The one who's got really high survival will.
I have six survival and 2 hunt.
I got,
Yeah, Marcus, you'd
Squire
make
has
it no
5
problem.
into hunt.
Hang on. Well, go ahead.
My fucking mouse pisses me off, god damn it. Fucking piece of shit.
Actually, I have a better chance of doing survival than I do awareness.
And Marcus is like, now you have to.
16. 16, so that's Squire's.
So do you still want us to do the awareness one?
I'll tell you what, roll either one. I can either awareness or hunt.
That's actually shitty for me.
So, statistically speaking, you would find game in 6 hours.
Can I spend?
For the person who rolled the 16, you'd find it in 12.
Since we're both looking for game on the same area,
I can tell my awareness would have been worse.
do I spend a destiny point? Yeah, I'm gonna spend a destiny point to. Here we can spend it to do. Never mind.
Okay.
You know what? Fuck it, I'll spend one to further this to help us find a decent game. It's not like I'm
Yeah, you're
burning
gonna
it.
spend one to try and find some decent game.
A decent size, yeah. Be nice if we can find something big, but
Well, since this was supposed this is what I hate when they tell you how it works exactly, because according to this you can't just roll hunt.
yeah, some of the systems are a bit too restrictive.
Yeah. This was my problem last time when I DM'd this thing. It's like, it tells you straight up specific, okay, this guy runs away and the party is just not supposed to follow him at all.
You know, I was chatting with a friend of mine, and one of the things he pointed out was the problems that can arise from the way the intrigue system works. Where they were doing intrigue against an NPC, and that NPC convinced him to murder one of their PCs.
Anyways, Karn spends
In a very specific way, I might add. They convinced him to tie the PC up to a wagon. Specifically 2 wagons, and they ripped him in half.
So Karn, you spent
I don't know how the fuck he managed to do that, but he did.
you spent a destiny point, right?
Yes, I'm not burning it, I'm spending it.
Yeah, you're just getting like what is it? You automatically pass, I believe. When you spend one.
Then what?
A destiny
destiny.
point.
You don't auto pass.
Yeah, you
bonus die.
You get a. Okay, yeah. So you get a bonus die of 1 dice. So I believe you're supposed to roll that bonus die.
If you burn a destiny point, you either get to convert all bonus die into test die, add a +5 to your result, automatically succeed on 1 test if you had rolled the difficulty exactly.
So
Okay, so
So I've learned something interesting today.
for 20.
Roll the
20.
difficulty exactly, you failed the test.
well, that's close enough to the 21.
That's fucked up. That's fucked up to think about.
Yeah, that is.
That's close enough to the 21.
Marcus.
I'm gonna give you that a little bit of leniency on this.
Hey Marcus,
Yeah.
did you hear that?
Yeah. What?
If you exactly match the difficulty on a test, you fail.
Yeah. Fuck that.
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
So, Karn, you're kind of traveling around and you're trying to help. At first, you're not having any luck with it, and you're like, oh shit, we're running out of time. Oh shit, we're running out of time. And then you're just like, wait, what's that? What's that rustling? Where's it coming from? And you're like, oh, it's over there. How should I approach it? So the question is, how do you approach it? You hear some sound coming from, I'm gonna say north.
Oh, I'm afraid this is a human.
We'll find out real quick, like.
Put your tokens like at the bottom
In the bush.
in the bush.
I'm gonna see if I can determine if it's a fellow human or an animal.
Might be a good.
What?
Good roll to do. But yeah, go ahead. Awareness.
Yeah, 1 second. I'm pulling my character sheet back up. Fuck. 14.
Yeah, Arthur's just gonna sit down in the corner and be like, "Yeah, I got this. Squire, go get whatever that is."
But yeah, for 14, let me see. I mean, I guess I can roll against you. I wonder if you can see what if I roll it. Tell you what, I'm just gonna roll it with one of the other characters, so you have no idea what it is gonna be. It's gonna look odd as hell, but
Well, it failed.
yes, it failed.
And I doubt it's actually Black Walder.
No, it's not. But I didn't want you to see immediately what it was.
No, I understand.
But yeah.
Black Walder, the bastard of the bastard of House Frey. Murder him.
But yeah, you're kind of looking around, and it's kind of a rough. Hold on.
How dare you push my door open, dog? Come here.
You recognize as you've been hunting, it's a sound of a boar.
Oh.
Oh. Bows aren't usually meant to hunt boars.
No, you hunting with a spear. A
Mm.
boar spear.
Arthur says, "Say we got a boar's spear."
I don't. I have a dagger, a fancy dagger, and a really good bow.
Okay, so I got a long sword and a dirk.
Arthur gets I don't have a horse.
So
I've got a spear.
I'm gonna tell you this right now. Boars are fucking aggressive as all hell.
And he looks at Squire and goes, "Don't have the saddle for Squire yet, so I couldn't ride him at it."
I'm amazing with my bow, and I could do double shot and y'all and kill it before it gets back up.
We could have Squire. You shoot it with the bow. We have Squire move around behind it, and have it charge right at me.
No, I forgot I have Great Hunter. I can. Technically, we're supposed to add an extra. Add it on.
Ah.
Great Hunter, I convert one of my hunt bonus dice to actually test die, so it would have been 21 actually.
Well, yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Take your destiny point back.
I totally forgot about my bonus for hunting.
Yeah.
To add mad fucking Doesn't Great Hunter add like damage to your bow when you're fighting Does it damage or to hit? That's something to make me
add survival ranks to attacks against animals.
Ah, yeah, there it is.
So that's +6 against my attack. Added onto this roll.
So Arthur says,
I'm gonna double shot it. So that's -1 dice per each hit, but I add 6 to the hit.
Arthur's gonna have Squire sneak around behind it.
Okay, stealth. I assume. Well, he did declare that he's gonna shoot beforehand. So, Squire will start circling around.
Okay, well, I'm gonna take my shot.
Let me see. What's the range for a bow?
Long
Fuck,
range.
I don't have the thing up.
It's long range.
Oh, long range. So 100 meters?
100
So unless
meters.
the boar is 100 meters away, we presume that he makes it with no penalty. You also
If
have
it's over 100 meters away.
now, if it exceeds 100 meters, you take a single penalty die.
Yeah.
Nah,
100
it
meters.
wouldn't.
Oh, sorry, both.
It, it would be
I
on
forgot
the
that
map.
for the second hit. So that's 29 and that's 35.
Because if it was less than 100, I would have to made you roll stealth to kind of like get closer to it. But since you have some range, I will allow you to take that shot.
Yeah, 29 and 35.
So
What
let's
is
see,
the
let's see,
combat
let's see.
defense of a boar arena?
A lot less than that. It's a 9.
Okay, so
And for every degree of success, what is does that matter at all? Degrees of success?
well, allow me to calculate this for you. 1, 2.
Those are both crits, by the way, because it doubles the combat
That's
defense.
5 on the first shot, and then that one's 35. Okay, so on the first
And it
shot,
deals 6 damage.
Okay, so on the first
Sure.
shot, I'll tell you right now what the damage is. God damn it! Oh, there we go. So on the first shot does 30 damage.
Okay.
On the second shot, it deals 36 damage.
And it.
Yeah, the fucking
They're
boar
both
is
crits, by the way. So the second shot also deals a critical wound. And
It's
the first one does +4 damage. Cause
Yeah, no, no, it's dead. I'm sorry, no.
the boar was shot with the fucking Dragon Slayer bow from Dark Souls.
Like, sure.
I'm good at one thing and one thing only, and that's hunting and bows.
I'm not gonna even bother doing the math. It's
So
dead.
what happened is we thought we were traveling with an experienced tracker and archer, but then we just see him pull out a rifle. It's like he's got an AT gun.
So much for hunting boars with spears. I did it with my bow.
Yeah, okay, here. Let's do the math just in fucking, just for laugh.
He
So
fucking shut up.
let's see, in terms of damage, on the first one,
shot did 30.
30 on the first one?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
it's,
34 actually, because it was a crit.
minus, his natural armor, which would be 1. Whoop-de-day. Minus endurance, right?
No.
No.
Your endurance does not reduce your damage. Wait, you taking a wound? Or an injury?
He would have to take an injury. I mean, he does have resilience 1, if that does anything. I don't remember from
No,
the top of
it
my head.
does not. The resilience doesn't do anything to reduce damage. Endurance does not reduce damage. If you take an injury, then your endurance number reduces damage, but endurance flat, just in normal, doesn't reduce any damage. So you said it had an endurance of 4?
3. Resilience of 1, but that doesn't do anything at this.
I
but
need endurance,
3.
not 3 endurance.
So it would have to take an injury straight with the bat.
I'm asking you, what is its endurance? You said
3.
3? Okay, so
It
30
can negate 12 damage.
30 damage, reducing it by 30. God damn, my fucking mouse. That comes out to 27 on 1 injury. On if it takes 2 injuries,
It
that
would
brings
have
to
to.
24. So you're looking at, if it took 3 injuries, its max. It still takes 21 damage.
And dead.
And the second attack does an extra 36.
Double dead.
Yeah, because its health cannot actually withstand.
No.
Rolled 4 sixes.
And
in the second attack.
keep in mind, in the book, this is the only creature, I mind you, the only creature that can take injuries.
Well, technically, it can take a wound, but would reduce all
No,
that.
none of the monsters in the book can take wounds.
Only the humans.
Not
Oh,
even
then it's
humans. Well, PCs, yeah. But none.
Well, it be dead.
Yeah.
I go collect my arrows if possible.
50-50 chance per arrow. You can roll me either a 1d2 or 2 1d100s. If it's below 50, you recover it. If it's above 50, you don't. Or you can roll me a 1d2 and you recover the amount of arrows you get. If you get 1, you recover 1.
I'm gonna roll the 2d100s.
Go ahead.
Nope.
Those arrows are eternally embedded in that fucking boar.
Yeah, that's the thing. It does have.
When we cook that fucking boar, we'll be eating the arrows.
Yeah, that's the thing. It does have tough skin. So unfortunately, those arrows, you manage to shoot it's into its weak spots, but those arrows, that's just completely done. There's nothing that you can do for them.
Well, who's the strongest of this group?
Yo,
Do you mind carrying this thing back?
I got a bad back.
But
No, I'll carry it.
here's the downside now. You're like in the middle of the forest, and you hear this like thunderclap, kinda out of nowhere.
Oh, it's
And
the rifle I shot.
it slowly starts to trickle water.
I look up as it just starts to rain, and I'm like, balls.
And then you realize that you have traveled into the middle of the forest with no idea how to get back.
Balls.
Well,
Survival orientation.
Now, on a side note, quickly, person with a lot of ranks in survival, roll navigation and get us the fuck out of here!
Survival orientation.
or just straight survival.
You don't have the bonus die. Do it!
20.
28.
I believe those would be enough, so you realize how screwed you would be, so you just pick up the board and it's like, that way, let's go! And
I got the boar on my back.
and you just managed to run, just pretty much haul ass. By the time that you get back, you're starting to get a little drenched. But you're like, yeah, we did it!
So where do we... The Great Hunt, so I guess Khan's, guess do we just throw the boy on the table?
Yeah, it's like, it would be outside, but they're like, come inside, it's raining! It's
Like,
boring!
follow where they're telling us to go.
Yeah, that's just, like, come on, inside!
Nah, it's not raining, it's snowing.
The old man is snoring.
Alright, let's see what we got. And like the first person brings in like a rabbit and he's like, yeah, look at me, I'm so good. Kill it with my knife. Beat that.
And I'm just standing there with a pig on my back.
Then the second person comes in and he has like a bird that he has shut down. And then, okay.
Is there anyone else? I wanted to go last to display this.
The third person comes in and he has like a
Badger.
You know what? Sure, a badger. And then it's your turn, and you just put down the fucking board, and it's like everybody just looks at it and it's like, oh.
I killed it with 2 arrows.
Yeah, they see the 2 arrows stuck in it, and they're like, how in the
We can't get them out.
We've tried.
It is in my professional, learned opinion that those arrows are now a part of that boar, and this boar will forever be known as the wooden boar.
And the last guy brings in something like really small, like, I don't know, like a mouse. It's just like,
I have hunted the mighty prairie dog from its burrow. Fear me.
Oh my god, these guys got so unlucky rolls, none of them got like over a 50.
Guys, don't worry. If we ever need a hunt ever, I'm your man.
They're like, I guess we have a winner. Well, what is your name?
I'm Con Rivers, this is Arthur Karstark, and that is Eamon Harper.
Well, we have this year's great hunter. Con Rivers, everybody! And everybody gives a hearty cheer. Let the festival commence! And like a couple of servants come in and bring you like a chair, and they're like, sit down.
Okay, Con's gonna sit down and relax.
And they like lift you up. There's like 4 people holding up the chair.
I was not expecting this.
And they bring you like a skull of some animal, and it has some alcohol in it. And they bring you like a big slice of meat, and they're like, our champion, everybody!
And I chug the alcohol from the skull.
It's just out of, if you're curious, it's some really good shit. Like, you've been drinking all of this time and you taste this and you're like, oh, this is a lot better than the other stuff, if you care about like taste.
He'll appreciate it. It's just his thing is he drinks anything, but he'll appreciate whenever he gets good shit. Speaking of which, I remember the fact that we have somebody with an alcohol named after them. I have to try it later.
Turns out it tastes like piss.
I mean, it probably does.
That would be awful. You went all of this effort to get a drink named after you, and I get like a chance dice and it tastes like piss.
Tastes like Natty Light.
All I got is piss warm chango. No, I need to post that clip into this chat too.
So anything else to the celebration, or just
No, not
food
really.
and
Unless
alcohol?
unless you want to do. Yeah, no. They just pretty much cheer your name and. This is not exactly as like you get a huge prize. They're just like yay, pretty much.
Okay.
You do get your name like memorialized into the Great Hunters like book. They have these every once in a while, and they put down your name, and it does give you a certain bit of prestige in the Hunters like little club. But I wouldn't say that you get any glory particularly out of it. But it's definitely that if I were to give you like individual status bonuses, you would get one.
Out of curiosity, does Great Hunter technically work against dragons?
It is an animal.
I don't know. Don't ask me.
That's the thing, though. Humans count as animals as well. Technically.
You are
Well,
technically
yes.
correct. The best kind of correct.
But with that, it's the time passes really quickly towards the evening, and we can holler the others back.
Yeah, we should.
Oh yeah, I forgot completely that I have the map for the market, but I just haven't used it at all. So, just for now, I'm just gonna show it for a second.
Okay.
I completely forgot that I even have that map.
So, anyone want to ping or jump in the other channel to get them to hop back over?
I'll pop in there.
Hello.
I killed a boar with an arrow, or 2 arrows, technically.
Well,
This is
one.
true.
Yeah, technically the 1 arrow killed it. I killed something you hunt with spears with an arrow.
We were just plotting your inevitable demise.
Good.
What, the one person
Good.
truly loyal to you?
I
not
wouldn't
your-
have it any other way.
I was saying that I was
Murder
worried-
me! Murder me!
I still found it funny. I one-shotted a boar with an arrow. The thing you're supposed to
That's
hunt
what happens
spears.
with every creature in this system.
I'ma kill a dragon with an arrow.
Like, a dragon might be the only thing that can survive a shot, and like a White Walker.
Well, I rolled a 29 and a 35 against this thing. It died.
Like, Chris can tell you the story of later when he fought a White Walker and pretty much won. Well, he did.
I beat
Sir.
it to death with a fucking flail.
So,
There's
happens
nothing
next?
in this system that can take you on. That's why I wouldn't love to DM the D&D just so I can throw something at you.
quick question: what year is it?
It's 2...
97.
90...
No. I can check again. I think it was 295.
95, I believe, yes.
Let me.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
Game of Thrones. Fucking timeline.
It was 3 years...
Before the show.
No, not before.
the Stark was born. Like 2 years ago or 3 years ago.
Allow me to check.
I don't even remember who have I...
But as I said, if you want something taken out with a bow, let me know and I'll get it done.
295.
Okay, I was right. 295.
Okay.
Rickon Stark. The most beautiful Stark.
Anyway.
Yeah, I just got to that episode today. Or yesterday. I was a bit behind on Game of Thrones.
I'm only gonna watch it when they have come up with the full thing.
Well, my family's been watching it, so I've been sitting down with them.
But yes, it is in the evening, unless Nora and Deegan wanted to do something.
Well, after the win, Colin's just going back to the tavern and drinking the night away in celebration.
Okay. Does everybody go to bed?
I'm mainly waiting until the letters come, and I also asked that, if I could stay in the castle.
Sure. They don't mind. They have several guest bedrooms.
I also asked if a few of my sworn swords could stay with me.
Sure.
Okay. Who's staying with her? Who's
I'm
helping?
already-
Who's
so-
helping spring the trap?
I mean, Arthur, you would probably ask Arthur because you don't know how he's getting all this information. Figured out the bear was
If you ask Colin, he'll go, but he's also drunk. It's not that bad. It's only -2 to my rolls at this point.
Okay.
But-
Yeah, I'll invite you. If anyone wants to, she's willing to let you.
Yeah, Arthur will come with you.
Colin will as well, with alcohol in hand. Look, he does better when he's drunk, okay?
At least that's what he tells himself.
I mean, look what I did. I was slightly drunk when I killed that boy. I rolled a 29 and a 35.
Like I said, at least that's what he tells himself.
So, alright, you guys get a guest room in the castle. It's in the same hallway that I described earlier. Actually, it's on the other side of the castle. That's more for the phrase and such. That side. You go to bed in.
I will be staying up this evening, watching over everyone.
Yeah, you're staying up.
Yeah.
Colin will sleep lightly.
Arthur will be conversing with the lady of the house. No. So, my lady, who do you expect? Because I could spy on them in the night.
I don't know.
Or can you have a narrowed down list so I can spy on them?
I don't know.
Huh. Well, then I'm just gonna go to bed and not spy on anybody. Do you want me to sneak
The-
around the castle?
No, just protect me. That's all I want.
Very well.
Okay, everybody except for Dagon going to sleep.
Yeah, Colin will stay up.
Karn will also stay up.
Yeah, fiddling with his bow.
Like all night? Both of you?
Not all night. He'll
Oh,
sleep at the
Arthur
very
will be-
beginning.
Arthur will be awake in spirit, literally. So,
Colin will
he'll be-
sleep for like the first 3 hours before trying to get up and Go take a nap, basically.
Well, in the middle of the night, everybody except Karn and Dagon seem asleep. Let's see, does anything happen since you are up?
So I just have
Okay.
to roll that every night.
Those who are staying up, in the dead of night, you don't know quite what time it is, but it's late. You're starting. Your like eyes are starting to close over. Roll me awareness.
Can I roll awareness since I'm warged into Squire?
Can you even do that when you're asleep?
Yes, I can.
Yeah, Marcus, the wargame is inherently a lot of it's just going to fucking bed.
Yeah,
You skin change when you fucking dream.
Well,
yeah. It's just basic. I can do it. Basically, I'm completely helpless when I'm doing it.
in the middle of the night, in the hallways, you're like listening in the best of your abilities with the Squire being worked over by Arthur and Dagon. What are you exactly doing? Just fiddling around?
Me?
Yeah, what are you exactly doing when you're up?
I'm basically standing near the door with my hand on my sword, like I typed to you. And if that door opens, someone's getting cut.
Ah, you did type.
I'm basically having
And
Squire
Karn
kind
was fiddling around with the bow, right?
yeah.
Yes, sitting on one of the beds, just fiddling.
I'm pretty much having Squire just patrol around the castle. Well, sneak around the halls of the castle. See if he notices anything.
I like how my passive's higher than what I rolled.
But in the dead of night, Karn, you hear like this odd humming in the background, almost like somebody's singing.
Okay. Gonna get up and go outside the door to see if I can determine which direction it's coming from.
Yeah,
And as I pass Dagon, I tell him I hear singing.
You hear something?
Yeah. Sounds like singing. It's weird though.
Do you wish to investigate, or do you wish me to? You're the one that hears it.
I'll investigate it. You stay and protect. I'm just
Knock
informing
twice
you.
before you come back in.
I nod. Okay. I go out and try to determine where it's coming from.
Yeah, you follow the sound for a little while. Then, till in the hallway, you see like what looks to be a woman, like sitting over by a window, just kind of sitting on the edge, humming to herself and being like, "Oh, the moon was red. It is beautiful."
So is this what, out in the open or in someone's room?
It's like in the hallway. It's in the open. Oh, the night was perfect. And everything was fine.
I approach her and ask, "Is everything all right?" It is
She
late
looks
to
at
be
you
up.
and is like, "Ah, yes, everything is fine. Can't you see? The moon is red."
I look at the moon.
It looks like a perfectly normal moon to you.
So not red.
Nope.
Somewhat backing away. The moon is the normal. It's not red, ma'am.
Oh, silly. It is not what you appear to see. It is what it's going to become.
Oh god. Why am I the one doing this?
I don't know!
Hey, you had an option. You chose otherwise.
Yes, but I figured you would be better at defending in close range.
Yeah, damn straight I would be.
That's why I left you. I'm gonna slowly back away, keeping my eyes on her, and head back to.
I don't know why, but like as the scene is progressing, I just mentally in my head I just heard the fucking Oblivion guard just say, "Never should have come here." I yield! I yield! Mercy, my lord, mercy!
So I head back to the room. I knock twice. And then slowly open the door.
And you don't get cut because you knocked twice.
I turn to you and say, "There's a woman out there that is saying the moon is red, and that it's not." She wasn't making any sense. Basically saying it's not how I perceive it to be, it's how it's going to be.
Something tells me that means tonight's going to have another victim.
Yes. But, I have no idea. I'm more of a ranged guy. So in these cramped hallways, it's probably not the best for me to go looking.
Perhaps as I point over to the guy whose eyes are rolled into the back of his head, perhaps we should wake him. Let his dog do some sniffing because I'm not going to leave this room.
Yeah. Squire's
I
like,
go wake Crust.
Squire's like, he just goes out and goes after the lady. Almost like the dog completely understood everything you just said.
Was the dog in the room?
Yeah, it was.
No. Oh. Okay.
Even though he just a few minutes ago said, "Oh, the dog is searching around the castle."
Oh, sorry. I meant he's patrolling more around the halls. That's what I meant to say.
Well, since I'll wake you up or shake you, I guess, and tell you.
Yeah. Yeah. Arthur does
So
not even. It doesn't even faze him. What you shaking him?
Shake harder!
Hit him with
Come
a-
on, man! Wake the fuck up! Slap, slap.
Shake it like a Polaroid picture.
Arthur's like, he feels like his real body being hit. He's like, wait. He wakes up as what? Why are you hitting me?
I explain the situation.
Hold on a second. And he goes, hold on, let me just lie down for a second. And he just lies down and gets Squire to come back. He goes, okay, what do you need?
I tell them there's a woman out there that, and the way she was describing it means it's probably another victim happening tonight.
So what do you want me to do?
Oh, if the
Locate.
dog can search and locate, I'm not the stealthiest of persons out here, and Dagon's not living in this room.
So you want me to use Squire to stalk this lady around the castle?
Yes, exactly.
Okay. I'm gonna need to go back to sleep for that.
You lazy son of a bitch! Slap.
Because I'm not explaining why I need to go back to sleep for that. You're just gonna have to trust me.
General Khan just goes back to his spot on the
That
leaning
would
against
be
the wall.
funny. Nobody knows why, and it's like, you son of a bitch, you're not doing anything.
And he goes, Arthur, go, Squire, go stalk, he gives the instructions. I'm gonna go to sleep, go back to sleep, and Squire's been given his orders, so he'll do it. And he goes back to sleep and walks back into Squire. You know, I'm glad that none of you are from the north and you have no idea what Arthur's ever doing when he's doing this.
Nah. I've been to the north. I've been to the wall.
I've been to Winterfell.
Didn't spend too much time there.
Well, you'd have to know actually a bit about magic to actually know what Arthur is doing.
I know a bit about magic, just not that kind of magic.
Do you want me to roll stealth, DM?
Whatever, sure. If you want to be stealthy about it.
18.
Goddamn druids.
Yeah, you think to yourself that
The
you're
furs.
pretty well hidden.
And he's going to follow this lady around.
Okay, you go to the spot where, well, Karn didn't exactly say where, but you
I
have a good,
pointed him in the direction.
okay, well, yeah, you, in that case, go to the spot, and, as you're walking, you go to the spot of the, near the window, and, you take a closer look, and currently, you don't spot a lady or a woman of any kind.
Squire's gonna go. I wonder if I can pick up a scent. Could I try and pick up the scent?
Sure, you can try.
So awareness notice.
Yeah.
That's shit.
Yeah, you try to smell around a little, but,
Can I spend a destiny point to get a bonus die?
yeah, definitely.
That doesn't change anything, so...
It adds 2 to the roll.
So, 15.
15. Okay, you take a little while as you're working in the wolf, and it's not exactly a smell, but you're at work, right? Well, obviously, yeah. And with the wolf, there's like some kind of a scent here, but it's not exactly like smell. It's like there was a presence here, but it's not anymore.
Hmm. What does like magic? Some sort of magic. So I guess I'm just going to well, can I follow the presence or no?
No, not really.
I guess I'm just gonna keep Squire's just going to patrol the halls for the rest of the night.
Oh, best you can say that there was definitely something here, but whatever it did was, it's no more.
Okay, I'm just gonna patrol the halls for the rest of the night. And
Okay.
that's about it.
You go around the halls with the doggy. And with that, morning comes eventually. Nothing else seems to happen in the night.
Arthur wakes up and goes, "Oh, there was a presence there, but I don't know exactly what it is. Some sort of, I don't know. I don't know much about magic."
Everybody else is gonna be like, wait, what? Magic?
I'm sorry. Magic?
Well, well, I sensed the presence through something.
Unfortunately, I am asleep. Right. Correct
Well,
answer.
It would be in the
Nora
morning, so
waits.
everybody would wake up, and
Oh.
the first thing that
Oh.
they would hear is that word about magic. And since you just woke up and have no idea what happened in the night, so you might have some questions now.
So yeah, my immediate response is,
How did
know
I
the-
know that?
you know the higher mysteries are for the most part a myth, right?
Yeah, of course they are.
Well, that's not necessarily true.
Well,
And
I said for
war-
the most part. I'm not
And
referring to
wards
all
and
of it.
skin. You know,
Some of the Valyrian magic that I've read about seems to be true. I'm
yeah,
trying to
there's
figure some of it out.
also a very large amount of North magic is also true. I know. I've seen it. They say those men who can control animals with their mind while they sleep.
Okay. You know that sounds weird.
Sounds like something I do. I know. Oh, I mean, I don't do that.
Excuse me, I haven't had my morning drink.
What I say?
Old friend alcohol.
Well, I've been up all night, so I'm going to go to sleep.
Khan got some sleep, but it's time for another drink.
I'm going to go see the Maester.
Hang on. You. The rest. Everybody else goes to eat breakfast pretty much in the castle. Well, drink. Apparently,
Well,
that's.
And
I
eat.
would. We would probably go have breakfast, and I would ask the servant to go fetch the Maester for me.
Yeah, the breakfast here, since they dumped most of their goods, is not amazing, but it's something. But yeah, then eventually the Maester would come over. It's like, oh, Nora, good morning.
Good morning, Maester. Any news on the notes?
Yes, we have gathered most of it by now.
There is one other question that I'd like to ask for you. Do you have any letters from Peter Baelish?
Oh yes, I do have a couple of here.
Do you mind if I read those notes and such in your office?
Oh, of course.
Lead the way.
And he leads you to his study.
And I assume one of
I
you
actually
following
have
me.
a map for his studies. I know that we're never gonna really use it, but might as well use it now, right?
Mm.
Ignore the runes. That's the best map that I could find.
It's okay.
It brings a little bit of a mood. I mean, honestly, we
And yes,
don't even need the
after
map.
getting his food and drink, he would follow you.
Yep.
But here we go. Letters from Peter Baelish.
Okay, so I check it against the note.
No.
Okay, and then I check all the notes that have been given to the Maester. Looking
Yeah,
for any
yeah.
matches.
You go through some of them. Again, there's a lot of similarities. You don't even need to roll for this at this point. But none of them really quite match up. It's like, well, except for like the writing that has been done, like families outside of the who have been trained in this current area. You were correct about that. You have pretty much narrowed down that whoever wrote this must have been from either this household or trained in this household.
So
So
she
yeah,
puts all
you
the-
definitely go through like some of the Stark letters too, and it's not exactly.
So I put all the letters down, and I put my hand on them and go to the Maester. Okay. It was either you, which I doubted, or it was someone you trained. These letters confirm it.
No, it's a matter of just narrowing down. But
The people who I don't suspect is the Lord's brother. I hate to admit it, but Edmure isn't out of the picture.
I doubt that the boy would do anything like that.
Um, I'm at a loss because I was hoping this note would give us something.
By the way, if you're curious, actually never mind. It's not important what they wrote. It's really not. Well, seems like it's just a simple instruction. Honestly, there's not that many people who would know even what would be labeled to be served to the Lord.
Well, here's the thing. The person who... Here's the thing. Whoever wrote this note might not have been the one who poisoned him, but was the one in charge of it.
Actually, yeah, that's a good question. I gotta check something. What does knowledge, like deciphering a note, exactly give you? Does it say? I wanna know if it does something really specific that I had in mind. Decipher. That's what you rolled, right?
No, logic. Logic is to decipher things.
Okay, logic. Like straight up logic. Because there's
Yeah.
separate action of decipher. But
Decipher is
in
a greater
another
action.
language or in
Whenever
a
you
code.
examine a text written in another language or in code, you may test your cunning to discern the intent of the message and derive some basic understanding of its contents.
And logic is what you would is the
Solve
specialty.
riddles and puzzles. It would have been actually. Well, it doesn't matter.
It's not a big deal. It's one extra bonus dice, which
Yeah,
might not
it
have-
doesn't really matter in the end game. Now we just know that in the future cases, if we need to do something, we need to decipher it.
Yeah.
Since
Anyway,
that wasn't exactly a puzzle or a riddle.
Anyway, I'm kind of me personally, not the character. I'm at a loss of what else we could do because.
That is good. I mean, it's a good direction that you're going in.
Yeah, but the direction has ended because I've looked through all the letters, and it hasn't narrowed anyone down. It's literally the exact same people who I thought it was when I looked at the note.
Is any of the family not in town?
And not in town? No, everybody should be here. Well, aside from the dead ones, obviously. They're down in the crypts. Well, they would be here too. But everybody is well, except for what was I was gonna say Caitlyn to start, but that's not it.
Catalan?
Caitlyn's yeah.
Yeah, well,
She wouldn't be here. She's at
yeah.
at
Yeah,
Winterfell.
and I also
I
don't
would
have-
highly doubt her.
And maybe some like distant cousin that's unnamed.
I'm at a loss.
Oh.
Same.
But it's actually funny that the Decipher actually doesn't do that I wanted it to do. Well, anything that you can think of that can give you a hint.
Yeah, we're at that point. We don't have anything. We've got nothing.
I mean, there is a guy who is. I don't know if our characters would know this, but who grew up in River One.
Yeah, Peter
And
Baelish. I've already.
And
Yeah,
also,
unfortunately, that's Yeah, not it. You're thinking way up. Well,
I wanted to knock him off because he did grow up in Riverrun and was most likely trained by the Maester, but apparently no.
no. It would be again close, but not quite cigar. I mean, it could be just whoever was writing it currently was just trying to hide his handwriting to make it look like something completely different.
The only other thing, and this is in character, the only other thing I could think of that we could do is just have everyone who has written a note, have them come in here and say if they know what the if they recognize the note, and then hope that they slip up, or that we notice that they slipped up.
That is a way. Now, someone who's really good at looking at things or paying attention, notice any differences in the way they react. Because other than that, I'm at a loss now.
I don't do investigations very well.
See, if regular intrigue stuff, I don't, but awareness.
Hey,
I'm
this
good
is
at
a good mystery. I have stumped you.
Out of curiosity, how many people that are suspected write? I'd imagine not all of them, but how many people in this castle can write?
Like out of the nobility, probably everybody. Out of the servants, really rare occasion. I mean, there has been servants that have been trained to write.
I was
Keep in mind that there is such things as bookkeepers, writers, and just record keepers that help out the maester and such that also write.
Yeah, and if I haven't gotten...
It is definitely a good direction. You gotta just think a little bit outside of the box currently. If nothing else, I have stumped you, everybody.
No, you haven't stumped us. We don't have any information.
True.
Gone through you've given us information. We've done the best we can to get more information using it, and then we haven't got information back in return.
I given you much.
Like, we've got a note, and we're looking at other notes.
To be fair,
people
that
have
note
written.
wasn't even supposed to be there.
Well, then why give it to us?
I gave it to give you a clue.
You gave us a clue, and then you had nothing to lead us any further.
I do, but you're going the wrong direction.
Yeah, it's someone who can write, which we already knew, and then we went to get more information from that, like, oh, maybe it was this person because their handwriting is similar, but we don't have anything. We only know that, okay, it's someone who can write. That narrows it down. That doesn't narrow it down, like...
It's someone who can write, and it's someone who doesn't care about killing either Tully or Frey people.
So it's either someone who's got beef with both of them, or it's someone who specifically wants the two of them to feud.
Or they don't want to get blamed and they're pinning it on
They
the
don't care.
Tullys.
Yeah, and they don't care about their own bannermen.
But we definitely
Which
figured
again
out
can
that
be literally anyone.
Yes.
let's examine the houses that we have, because there's a lot of houses here.
There is quite a few houses. Some of them
What-
that you haven't.
What does the note say exactly?
So in general, the note was like red barrel, velvet silk. It pretty much described the barrel in detail of where it is
And what it looks like.
and what it looks like. So whoever poisoned it can find it.
Oh, it's so. I'm trying to think.
It was written in a good. It had some good handwriting. You did explore that, and you knew that a little while ago. Yes, it's somebody from this household. Well, who has been?
Who is in? Is it someone who's in this castle? Is the moral of the story?
It is somebody from.
It's someone from the household or was trained by the household. The next logical step is to match the handwriting. We tried to do that, we got nothing. So that means the note is useless at this point. Meaning we have to make a leap of logic, which you should never have to do when you're doing a mystery like this. If you have to do a leap of logic, it's kind of...
You know what I'm doing right now? I'm looking at every single house spanner to see if there is a hint with the like.
That's a little. I'm gonna tell you right now.
But that's the
wrong
that's
direction.
that's the issue. That's where we're at. That's where we're at. We have no fucking clue because we don't have any clues now.
Yeah, that's what I'm like looking at the right there, because I was like, okay, is there?
That's a good idea, but not quite.
Okay, so we know the person who poisoned it has to know how to read, and we know that the person who poisoned it didn't write the fucking letter, because they wouldn't be writing their own fucking instructions. So
Yeah, they would just know the barrel.
Yeah, you know. Yes.
So they got someone else, but we have no idea who that is because that could be any one of the servants. That could be almost anyone. That.
Did anybody else have permission to go in there other than the servants?
Into the wine barrel storage?
Well, in the wine barrel room.
I mean, you know that there was a card shift card in it, obviously. You know that for a fact. You don't know quite if it's 24/7 or if there's card changes. You never investigated that.
Yeah, but here's the thing. It doesn't... Guards don't... Here's the thing. Guards don't matter if you're supposed to be down there.
Indeed. Then
The only thing I can think of at this point is seeing if any of the servants can read, but what gives them the right to lie about it?
Well, then I can go... I can watch and see if they lie.
The ledger of whoever the wine merchant has sold his goods to is, I will say, that is completely useless. That will not help you at this situation.
Yeah, because the person who bought it, like, if you're planning to kill someone, you don't use the same person who Yeah, you don't use the same person who
It was good to use the knowledge. Well, you used logic. Straight up. It is, like I said, it was a crumpled note, so that doesn't matter actually either way.
Yeah, that
the
means nothing.
handwriting
That means
was quite good, and it was possibly a maester, or one that has been trained by a maester.
which narrows it down
Which
to
doesn't
anyone of note.
Then
anyone of note
there was a
in the
little clue back at the corpses that everybody ignored. Thank you.
The symbol, you mean?
Yes.
Yeah, my character never saw that and was never told about that. And a symbol means nothing if you can't infer what it means.
What was the symbol for the person
That's
who
a good
saw it?
question.
Two small red circles with lines coming out towards the dagger or dirk.
Two small red circles with a line coming out between, you said?
If I memorized or heard correctly, it's the going towards the dagger. One circle and then a smaller circle inside of it.
And
Unless I'm completely
yeah, you are correct. Did anybody investigate those particular bodies with any kind of
No,
in
because
detail?
because yeah, you showed a bunch of bodies to a lady, and she was frightened. You never got a chance.
This is true.
Can my character draw them out to see if the maester recognizes?
I mean, yeah, sure. You just remembered it out of character, so I would assume that your character can remember it too without doing the
Well, I had it in my notes. I just didn't
memory.
think about it.
He takes a look at it. Tell me, boy. What was this written in?
On the bodies of the victims of the house.
What was it written with?
Out of character, what did you just say?
What was it written with?
I never investigated that. I'm going to assume blood.
It was red, so
You would be correct. Out of character.
Okay, yeah. I would assume blood.
It was
And
written with a red
those
marker.
who would have actually investigated the bodies, you would have found something interesting.
Okay.
That's the thing.
that's the thing. We RP'd our characters being shocked that there was a bunch of dead bodies.
Well done.
Well, I
Honestly,
thought-
well done.
I thought
And
investigated it.
You know what? To move the plot in our favor, I burn a destiny point. I investigated it.
Well, I thought I actually did investigate it.
Yeah,
There,
you
the
failed.
plot is now in our favor.
okay, the plot is in your favor. We
Flavor?
rewind back, and
Yeah, the plot is in
I
our
was
favor.
gonna ask you, in that case, if you investigated bodies, to roll me a a heal? No, diagnosis.
Okay.
But since
I
you
know,
investigated it, and I had a 1.
I can
since-
do that.
Since you burned it, I believe you automatically would pass. If not,
you
I
do
would
not.
say yes.
I will roll diagnose.
So the thing
It's a good
about
thing because I rolled a 1.
the
I have a 1 in
bodies,
healing, so.
So the
Big
thing
boy
about
rolls
the
on the
bodies
diagnose.
would have been a little small thing. Well, they would have died without struggle, which is odd to you.
Okay, either they were completely caught off guard while they were taking a nappy poo, or the person in there they fucking knew.
So
And, but no. Alright, yeah, you left it to the guards to investigate that room. Right.
Yeah.
I did the initial investigation, but I mean, looking at the bodies, but that's it.
Yeah, you looked at the bodies. You found
Look,
the
I had a
symbol
1 in
on them.
healing, so I wasn't going to do anything.
Well, there we go. I rolled my healing, and now we know the answer, which is that they died with 0 struggle, which means that they knew the person. So those are Frey people in there, correct? That died.
Yes, loyal to the
Okay.
Frey.
Okay. Well, Bannerman loyal to the Frey.
Yeah, Bannerman loyal to the Frey.
Okay. A good question to ask the guards is, who was traveling with those Bannermen? Like, who was walking with them when they entered the castle?
Oh, the Freys. I believe they came in a group of several.
A group of several what?
I believe it was House Plane Tree. What was that? I revealed them to you a couple of sessions ago.
Well,
last
as
session.
soon as this is, I do have something else I need to get to,
Okay.
so I need to get going.
okay.
Same.
Okay.
Wait, is the jousting today or those?
No.
Y'all have a good one.
It's let me find them really quickly.
I think it would be the melee.
House
Take care of your own.
Whiprun.
If you can, type up the XP that we get.
Yes, I will.
None.
I mean, we're gonna quit here because everybody has to go.
Okay.